Have you been keeping up with the latest happenings in the cryptocurrency world? The cryptocurrency market as a whole has started to decline, and a great number of people have given up hope since then. However, this does not have any impact on individuals that own XRP Ripple. They are more confident than they have ever been that what lies ahead will be favorable. And this is all due to the actions that Ripple is taking behind the scenes. Ripple has already made significant progress all around the world, with a lot of people being unaware of this fact. Due to this particular explanation, industry professionals believe that XRP might rapidly reach an astounding $500. You truly can't afford to overlook it. Please allow me to elaborate. To your benefit, one brand stands out in the realm of digital banking, which is constantly evolving yet nevertheless remains the same. Do it yourself. If you were to ask, what is it about Ripple that sets it apart? Now is the time to get to the bottom of this. Imagine that transporting money from one country to another was as simple as sending an email to someone in another country. Exactly, this is the concept that Ripple is working very hard to make a reality come to pass. And this concept revolves around the digital asset known as XRP, which is owned by Ripple. However, what aspects of XRP truly set it apart? In order to comprehend it, it is necessary for us to be familiar with the blockchain technology. When compared to traditional banking systems which require intermediaries and often take several days to settle transactions, blockchain technology enables virtual currency transfers to take place almost quickly and at very low rates. And XRP is at the forefront of this transition because it was launched with the intention of simplifying the process of sending money across international borders. Take a look at this. Central banks have made the decision to utilize XRP as the digital asset in the global financial system that they have selected on their own. You might be wondering why, as James Wallace so eloquently put it, Ripple collaborates with somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 different central banks. By utilizing the power of XRP, we can revolutionize the way that money is transferred between countries. But what is the reason for the sudden increase in interest rates that banks have been offering? There is no other factor that matters more than trust and how smoothly things function. The use of XRP allows for the settlement of transactions in a matter of seconds, which results in a significant reduction in expenses and eliminates the requirement for costly intermediaries. It is not difficult to comprehend the reason why a multitude of central banks are rushing up to collaborate with Ripple. However, the partnerships that Ripple has made with central banks are not simply for the sake of making things simpler. Altering the functioning of the global banking system is the subject of these changes. Through the utilization of blockchain technology and XRP, Ripple is achieving the goal of making the future of money more accessible and accessible to all individuals. Ripple's development would not have been possible without the contributions of its partnerships, which should not be overlooked. The success of Ripple is contingent upon the collaboration of banks and other financial organizations. The phrase "we can accomplish a lot when we work together rather than by ourselves" is one that is frequently used. The fact that it has relationships demonstrates that it adheres to that ideology. For the future of international payments and banking infrastructure, Ripple is one of the most essential companies that will shape the future. Each new partnership that Ripple establishes brings the company one step closer to achieving its ultimate objective of making the world a place where the flow of money is identical to the flow of information. All of this is still taking place behind the scenes, despite the fact that the price of XRP Ripple has decreased. A great deal of concern is being expressed around the possibility that individuals would lose faith in Ripple. However, the purpose of this decline is to accomplish only one thing: make sure to get rid of companions who are weak. One of my all-time favorites is this: in order to make money, you need to have courage, and the moment to practice that courage is right now. This is not the end of our company's growth and partnerships, despite the fact that we adore our business. Ripple is gradually becoming the financial system that dominates the world of banking. Can you predict what else? This is a tremendously bullish indicator for Ripple because it does not have any competitors. It is necessary to dismantle a greater number of relationships. The decision will prove to be a wise one. As a result, a change is taking place in the background, even as the price of XRP Ripple fluctuates drastically across the board. This revolution is not being driven by the market, rather it is being driven by a tremendous desire to change the future of banking. Moreover, Ripple is at the forefront of this transformation. You have been given the official go-ahead to join the XRP Interoperability Task Force by the Bank for International Settlements, which has already given its approval. It's possible that you're wondering what this means for Ripple and the ecosystem it operates inside at this time. First, let's disassemble it. You are now officially a member of the XRP Interoperability Task Force, as formally announced by BIs. This is a really significant order. This demonstrates how significant Ripple is in terms of influencing the future of international payments across borders. It was James Wallace who said it so eloquently. It is becoming increasingly essential in the world of banking, as evidenced by the fact that up to 30 central banks are working with Ripple. Where can I find more information about the XRP Interoperability Task Force, and who are the primary groups who are working on it? I believe that we ought to take a more in-depth look at it. B serves as the leader of the task force, which is comprised of 33 groups in addition to the chair. Members of the group include some of the most well-known figures in the banking industry. A wide variety of stakeholders, including central banks and payment providers such as Swift and Ripple, are represented in the task group, which has been established. They want to increase the interoperability of payments made across international borders. Now, let's discuss what this means in more detail. What are the ways in which Ripple and the financial market as a whole stand to profit from this designation? As a result of Ripple's recognition by BIs, its standing has reached an entirely new level. As a result, it demonstrates that its technology is effective and that it has the potential to alter the manner in which money is transferred between nations. It signifies a shift toward a global payment system that is more interconnected and operates more efficiently, which is a positive development for the entire financial sector. As we gaze into the future, there is one thing that is definite. Everything has been altered as a result of the fact that BS has acknowledged Ripple. This represents a step toward a society in which making payments across international borders is simple, instantaneous, and uncomplicated for everyone. This vision is becoming closer and closer to becoming a reality for Ripple as new collaborations are formed and milestones are accomplished. Please do not move from your seats because what I am about to say will completely blow your head. In spite of the fact that you could have believed that Ripple was at its peak, you were mistaken. As XRP emerges, everything undergoes a transformation. This is not only altering the way that banks operate, but not just certain regions of countries. Historically, the process of moving money was both time-consuming and costly. The Ripple network is not merely a chance, rather it is a force that is transforming the globe. Because of the possibility that it will cause the price of XRP Ripple to skyrocket, you won't want to miss out on this opportunity. Continue to pay attention because the most exciting part is still to come. Now let's take a look at some real-world examples of how Ripple has collaborated with banks and other financial companies all across the world in cutting-edge ways. Let's take a look at the link that exists between Ripple and the National Bank of Abu Dhabi, which is located in the United Arab Emirates. NBAD was able to send money by utilizing Ripple's blockchain technology, which sped up the process of making payments across international borders and decreased the amount of time it required to seal a contract in half. An excellent illustration of how Ripple is transforming traditional banking practices into cutting-edge miracles is provided by this example. It is important to note that Ripple is not limited to that. Ripple has also made significant progress in a number of other regions, including Japan, the Middle East, and North Africa, and other regions. A liquidity payment service that is available on demand has been made available in the Middle East and North Africa region. Companies and financial organizations that offer rapid payment options across international borders or borders. Ripple has established itself as a significant player in the rapidly expanding fintech landscape in the region by means of this project, which offers the quickest and most effective methods of sending money from one country to another. Remember that Ripple is also available in Japan, where it has collaborated with 61 banks to develop the MoneyTap mobile service. This is something that you should not overlook. This application makes use of the blockchain technology developed by Ripple in order to transfer money between banks in the United States. The process of moving money around the country is undergoing significant transformations. However, perhaps the most fascinating aspect of Ripple's work is the fact that it collaborates with central banks to develop digital currencies for those banks. Ripple's technology, which allows central banks to issue their own CBDCs, has gained tremendous popularity all over the world. To illustrate how blockchain technology can be utilized to modernize financial infrastructure, projects such as the Hong Kong dollar test conducted by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority are examples. Ripple is serious about transforming the way that international payments are processed and ensuring that everyone has access to money all across the world, as seen by the partnerships and projects that it has recently undertaken. Each and every connection that Ripple establishes and each and every initiative that it initiates contributes to the development of a more connected, efficient, and open financial future. It is imperative that you remain seated since the next statement will lead you to jump out of your seat. You are familiar with Ripple's creative interactions, you have witnessed how it has altered the globe, and you have witnessed how it has the potential to alter the manner in which individuals pay for items outside national borders. What if I told you that the perfect moment had not yet arrived? In spite of the recent revisions,